Alright guys, now don't screw up, alright? Because the... Wait, did you...
Oh god,
are we
going
Too late
already?
Screwed already!
I don't even have
Alright,
makeup on.
Whatever, alright. Video Monkey's video editing software has, kind of fizzled and died this week.
Caught a monkey disease.
It did cut him. You never know what, living in that house
Yeah.
with the monkeys and the cats.
Yeah.
God knows what gets brought in. But you're getting us raw and live and real in person.
One Take
Flesh.
Wonder style. And we're going to do special effects like this, like Wayne's World.
That's right.
Gotta get started. Taking you back.
Oh wait, that's at the end, isn't it?
That's at the end.
Alright,
We're just starting.
All right, Morgan. He looks a little
who,
scared.
me?
Let's start with Mr. Morgan this week.
Well, sure. I've got for
Put the
you
book up.
a new... Oh, am I doing it right?
Yeah,
Am I doing it right? This is a new chapter in Josh Tierney's Spera Saga. It's a fantasy story published by Archaea. I believe there were like 4 or 5, maybe even 6 volumes before this. 3? Only 3? I swear I've seen like a ton of them. But this is part 1 of the Ascension of the Starless, which sees the Starless Army prepare to invade the Kingdom of Spera. And this is, it's drawn by a whole huge host of amazing artists. Yanni Milano-Yanni, of course, our favorite artist ever to come from Greece. Atelier Cento, there's like Mindy Lee, Valentine Sisha, who is a huge Tumblr hit. I follow him since like the day I made my blog. Tons of amazing art in here, amazing designs, and probably just better adventure comics than you're gonna find in, like, adventure comics.
It's good all ages adventure. Yeah. From Marvel Comics, this week we have Iron Fist, the Living Weapon, Car Andrews, writes, draws, colors, inks, everything but lettering, pretty much. Danny Rand is back after, I think the last time we saw him was in the Defenders. Unfortunately, Immortal Iron Fist got canceled, and then we got a little bit in the Defenders. He, hung out in his cool jet and read comics, and then nothing. And now he's been reborn like the dragon. And this really delves into Danny Rand's past, who he is, what makes him the Living Weapon, the choices that he's made. It's pretty much summed up in, when offered life, he chose death. Those are the words to a true kung fu epic. Iron Fist.
Wow, I don't know if I can beat that, but I want to try. My number 1 pick is Batman and Robin 36. What's so cool about this? It's not just Batman, but it's Batman, it's Batgirl, it's Tim Drake, it's Jason Todd, it's even Titus the Bat Dog going into hell, literally. They're going to Apocalypse to get Damian Wayne's body back. The crazy thing that they're doing with the sacrilege that they're doing to Damian's body is crazy enough, but Batman wants him back, and he's got his Hellbat armor, and he's just, it's awesome. It's freaking awesome that he has Hellbat, he's got the Hellbat. The Justice League gave it to him, which is, kind of cool, but, Tomasi and Pat Gleason, it's just awesome. I love this book. It's the next chapter of Robin Rises.
That series really is amazing. Probably most underrated Bat title out there.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And I've got for you something else hugely underrated here. This is Grant Morrison and Fraser Irving's Annihilator, and I have to remind you every single time it comes out, because it is amazing. It's the story of a possibly slightly insane screenwriter who is visited by one of his creations while he's in the middle of writing his story and tasked with finding out what happens to him next. And of course, Grant Morrison just pushes that to its limit, and it's aided by Fraser Irving's really phantasmagorical art. Like, I don't know if I can find many better words for that stuff.
That's
but really crazy cosmic fun here.
Yeah, it's one of the books that I saw, and I was like, I didn't hear anything about this. And it's Grant Morrison, so I picked it up and I got it, and I was just... so you gotta do it.
Yeah. Speaking of Grant Morrison, the book that you do know about, because DC has a hype team and a budget, Legendary does not, clearly. They have like 3 books out that nobody knows what the hell they are. They got Simon Bisley doing a book, and Shane Davis does a new book this week called Apocalypse.
That's Apocalypse with an E, because apparently that's the way you can spell Apocalypse now.
That's right. Like an epoch.
Epoch.
Anyway, Frank Quitely, Grant Morrison, this is the issue that you heard about all those years ago. The issue that you've been waiting for. Yes, the Watchmen issue. And it's done with a fancy new storytelling technique that Grant Morrison and Frank Quitely clearly have devised, where the turn of the page, it brings you backwards through time and reveals more of the story as you go. So it's a really heavy grid type of thing like Watchmen. This is gorgeous. This is why Jupiter's Legacy is not out, because this is cooler. But you must get this. Multiversity, Grant Morrison, Frank Quitely.
You ask who's watching The Watchers, but who is watching Black Widow? And it is CNN's Anderson Cooper, who makes his Marvel Comics debut as he's tracking down, doing an investigative report on the Black Widow. Now, she's been going on these solo missions to make up for her past as a KGB agent and as an assassin, and Anderson Cooper's on her trail. He's going to expose everything. And she's on another mission in Afghanistan when this all comes out. So what are the Avengers going to do when they find out she's been doing this? What's it going to be like? I mean, this could change really the whole status quo and modus operandi. How about that fancy word? For Natasha.
You guys fighting $2 words over there?
So what have you done?
How about a couple of vowels?
That's right.
So Black Widow 12 with Anderson Cooper and by the awesome Nathan Edmondson, who, by the way, if you hadn't heard about it, he wrote his own treatment of what a Black Widow, the first 6 pages of what a Black Widow script could be, and sent it out there. So that's out there in the world. He's awesome. I love his book. So there you go.
Ooh.
I have got for you here the newest issue of Superman and Wonder Woman. I don't think I have ever talked about this comic since the day it came out, because I had to. But this is the start of a new team. Completely different creative team. Charo Sewell and Tony Daniel are off the book, replaced by Pete Tomasi and Doug Mahnke, who, if Batman and Robin is any sign, will bring so much heart to this book, so much needed heart. And there's Doug Mahnke drawing huge people punching each other in the face.
I thought that was a romance book.
It's a romance punching book.
That's right.
Obviously.
Clearly.
Love is a battlefield.
Yeah, Will, it is. It is. And speaking of love, if you really love that special comic person, you will buy them this $50 hardcover for Christmas. It doesn't matter that they already have the Saga issues. They will thank you. Trust me. Not only for this fabulous new cover, but there's a ton of extra stuff in the back. I want to say 20, what do we got over here, about 15 issues? 18 issues. The first 3 arcs, 1 book, $50. It's Saga.
Not much more you need to say, is there?
No.
Not much to say. The Weapon X program number 2 this week. This is a miniseries. It follows the aftermath of the death of Wolverine. I'm a fan of Charles Soule. He does She-Hulk. He left Superman, Wonder Woman. He's now a Marvel exclusive, and what he's done with Marvel that I like is he's created a lot of brand new characters, so they're getting their money's worth out of him. A lot of new Inhumans. In fact, we have a new Inhuman this week, and he's created all these characters. When Wolverine, when he tracked his past, the Weapon X program was up and running, and he sacrificed himself to stop it. That doesn't give it away, but because there's a whole much more to his death. But anyway, there's all these people who are part of this program. They're on the run. They're figuring out their powers, who they are. Their weird connections to the X-Men. Are they hallucinations? Are they programs? Are they implants? We'll find out. Charles Soule, Salvador La Roca, the Weapon X program limited series, building up to a new weekly Wolverine series coming next year.
But it's going to be so pretty with that Nick Bradshaw art.
It's true.
Speaking of Nick Bradshaw, oh my god, his amazing art graces the cover of the newest Guardians of the Galaxy issue. This is 21, written by Brian Michael Bendis, as always, drawn by Valerio Schiti, and starting the newest arc, Planet of the Symbiotes. Because there is never, ever enough Venom.
Never.
Now that Flash Thompson is in space, I don't even know if he realized that the symbiote was actually an alien, or if he was just like, oh, black goop, I'm Spider-Man now.
Right.
But he has to deal
Flash
with
Thompson.
his entire extended alien family now. Ooh.
Are we going to see
Also, Drax is writing something awesome. Oh my god.
Drax. And in Spider-Verse this week, the very popular new crossover with Spider-Man. We've got Amazing Spider-Man number 10, Dan Slott, Oliver Coipel, inked by Wade Von Grawbadger this week. I don't think we need to, profess how much we love Oliver Coipel. But I was just saying that, Spider-Man was my favorite superhero as a kid, and this has really been bringing back that kind of nostalgic feel, because it's a really great story. Dan Slott knows how to write really fun characters. And you get, like, badass punk Spider-Man with these, like, metal mohawk spikes, and, and the page, it's like, Spider up or die. I mean, yeah, that's what I want from Spider-Man. Part 2 of Spider-Verse out this week.
Of course, Punk Spider-Man took the time to put studs on his mask.
Of course.
And I wonder if he's an inverted Spider-Man, which brings us to Axis number 6. This is the big storyline where they tried to stop the Red Skull and they cast an inversion spell. Doctor Doom and Scarlet Witch, and now everything's gone to hell. Good guys are weird and bad guys. The X-Men have allied themselves with Apocalypse. They've taken over Manhattan.
That makes no sense.
If you read that. It's all blame Remender's Axis spell. Tony Stark has become superior, and he's the superior Iron Man. Sorry.
Superior Iron Man.
Superior. Thor's not getting drunk in Las Vegas, which is hilarious, and Loki's going to help him sober up. And there's this awesome rematch between Scarlet Witch and Doctor Doom, and then there's a whole new team of superheroes made up of supervillains. This is not your Thunderbolts, but weird. Everything's topsy-turvy and upside down, and how they're going to make things right. Tune in. Terry Dodson is the guest artist with this issue as Axis continues.
And also, the X-Men are trying to blow up every single human in New York. Because reasons.
Not every X-Men, the inverted ones. Just like I was inverted.
Yeah, right, last week.
His computer got inverted.
Wow. Well, on the other side of the superhero pond, I have got a new graphic novel for you. This comes from Jeff Lemire and the Dodsons, not just Terry, but also Rachel, as well as a couple others, Cam Smith and Brad Anderson helping out on inks and colors. And this is Teen Titans Earth 1. Continuing the line started by Superman Earth 1, continued in Batman Earth 1, and Superman Earth 1 volumes like 2 and 3, I guess, at this point. But this sees a complete reimagination of the Teen Titans characters. No Robin, weirdly enough, but you've got Cyborg, Beast Boy, Terra, Raven, Jericho.
Ooh.
I think that might even be Starfire, I guess. Ooh. I don't know. She's wearing more clothes than the normal version.
You had me at Terra.
Right? Now, is she going to be around for more than, like, 5 seconds before she betrays the team?
No.
We'll see.
No.
But this looks like a lot of fun. Terry Dodson and Rachel Dodson have really changed up their style, whereas in Axis, they're playing with their more traditional, rounded, like, super shiny superheroes. This has gone sort of in a edgy anime feel, almost.
Yeah.
And Cyborg has a sick fade, I'm going to be honest.
It's true. Well, as usual, Will this week has far more books than any of us. Yeah.
Yeah, looks like it.
Why don't you do a double woman shot there?
I'll make it quick. Here's to the ladies. Wonder Woman 36. It's a brand new team. Meredith and David Finch. She's the god of war. She's the queen of the Amazons. But for how long? There is a revolution building on Paradise Island. Swamp Thing is in this. There's some weird stuff going on around the world. The Justice League are in this, and a big old shocker at the end on Paradise Island that's going to change the status quo. And then I love Jessica Drew. I love Spider-Woman. I'm not sure about this. We'll see what happens. I'm encouraged, but this spins out of Spider-Verse, in which she uses all her background as she's been a sword agent, she's been a shield agent, she's been a Hydra double agent, and she's taken Silk, who's another Spider-Verse character, under her wing, and they're going through the dimensions to help save the other Spider people from Warland and the kind of cool Hellfire Club people that eat Spider people. How about that?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
So it's Jessica Drew in her own solo book, so that's just at least give her a try, and we'll see what happens with this.
And that is about it this week, guys. Thank you for dealing with the raw, nasty stinkiness of The Comic Should Smell Good this week.
It still smells better than that Harley Quinn issue.
It does, yeah. Yeah, I'd be curious how that smelled. I wonder if that was like age. 20 years, somebody's going to open those and it's going to be like old fart.
I think that'll just kill you, honestly.
Probably will. All right, well, we'll see you next week, guys.